This is Top Contender Boxing. We keep it real, 100 and unbiased. Today's topic is last night's fight against Virgil Ortiz and McKinnon. Yeah, we all know that last night was the return of Virgil Ortiz. He had a year-long layoff in his fight. The other guy he fought, McKinnon, he had his last bout. He looked pretty sharp in his last bout. This fight right now that he took last night, he didn't look too bad. You know, he sat in front of Virgil Ortiz the first 2 rounds. And, you know, I thought this guy would give Virgil Ortiz a good fight, but looking at his knockout ratio, you know, he doesn't have much of a knockout power. So he tried to throw as many jabs and frustrate Virgil, win by points. But coming into the 3rd round, he started looking like Virgil was catching him. Come to the 7th round is when McKinnon started looking fatigued. You know, he was more on his back foot. He was trying to box more instead of standing in front of Virgil, you know, like he was doing in the early rounds. In the later rounds, come to the 8th round, McKinnon was going down. You know, he was going down with a lot of body shots, and it looks like he was feeling the punches. The 9th round is when Virgil just let him have it. You know, it was a good showing for McKinnon. You know, he was an undefeated fighter. You know, he had a good record. He had a lot of heart coming down here from England. For Virgil Ortiz, you know, let's break him down real fast. You know, for a man to have a sickness down a whole year, you have a lot of ring rust, you have a lot of speed issues, you have a lot of power issues, you have a lot of issues into your own body, wondering how are you going to fight, is your mind there? And, you know, last night he looked pretty good, but he did have ring rust. His defense looked a bit slow. His countering, you know, a bit slow, but that's due to ring rust. That's a year off. You know, some other guys were saying, you know, last night in the comments that, you know, Errol Spence, you know, he wasn't off a year after his car accident. Well, dude, he only had a broken tooth and survived it. He had no damages. He had some bruises, but nothing sickness that was life-threatening. You know, Virgil, it happened with, you know, cutting weight. You tell me when you go cut weight and you're a boxer and you need to cut weight, you're not going to be thinking about that twice. It messes your mental and physical. You know, Errol Spence, you know, he survived his car accident. He only had a broken tooth out of it. So, I mean, there's no comparison. Virgil Ortiz, let's just give it to him. He has his power still. He needs to work more on the defense. He needs to work more on his combinations. You know, I personally think, you know, he needs to take another 2 more tune-up fights if he's going to fight Crawford. Even Crawford last night on the commentary, you know, it was either a smart tactical move knowing if you're going to be out for a whole year, let me commentate his mess-ups. Because, hey, Virgil showed ring rust. And Crawford, you know, he didn't hate on the young kid. He's only 24 years old, Virgil, so can't hate on a young buck like that. But, you know, you got to give it to Virgil. It was a nice coming. He laid a knockout. You know, I say just two more fights and we'll see where he's at. But let's see where his next fights are going to be. This is Top Contender Boxing. Keep it real, 100 and unbiased. Thank you very much.